They got married. I knew them from college, and she works, I think, for that.
Okay, das ist es. Ja?
How are you?
How about you?
Yeah.
Does he come back here months space?
What's
back to you, Rabbi?
What is technical? Okay, nicht technical. Okay, whatever. Jetzt hätte ich jetzt mit jemandem stehen, ich mache mit dir deine Story. Hast du so?
Von mir ist ja.
Hast du die Heavy on?
Ja, da.
Hast du nicht? Okay.
Was?
Alright.
Was?
Was sei da?
Also man sagt, eine private. Was das ist das?
No, there's some say that it should be from his Suda, not your Suda.
What does that mean?
That's just
No, we're talking about his paper.
you're
Putting on
talking about the handkerchief. I thought it
What
was
is
his.
it? What these are the offices? There's money inside? Oh, yeah. What? These come. Whose are these? Whose are these? These are mine. These are mine. Look at these. This is his. These are the officers. This is Shear's.
Did Shia make a kidney with you?
My she, maybe it's my she.
So he made him a shliach. He made Moshe shliach, and then Moshe made you a shliach.
Yeah, I'm making a shliach, yeah. Okay, now Joe, I gotta tell you something. So there are some people that are selling you their company, a business.
Right.
There's a guy who has vending machines. He is selling you the business for 10 days, or 8 days actually. Now, the business doesn't have Chometz. He's theoretically allowed to own it, but he's selling it. So he's selling you the where's Ellie? Take the phone, please. So he's selling you the Chometz that he has. Now he's running the business this week. Theoretically speaking, you can go in, or legally you can go in and say, I want to see money what you made. You also could be lost money this week. You know, matter of fact, this week is probably a lot of Jews that are buying them and vending machines and yeshivas. So what the point is up to you. Legally, it's the business that is running. He's not going to be there. He has a manager. He's working for you. But at the end of the week, if you want to. Otherwise, he'll just take it back. But all the Chometz is yours. Okay. Chometz is irrelevant to the business. It's only I'm saying the stock. Right. Stock is yours. Now, the business he's not selling. He's only giving you the business for 10 days. But the Chometz is yours forever unless you sell it back later.
Okay.
So here, I want to show you that contract that he signed. And likewise, there are other people which have nursing homes.
Yeah.
Which means every day that the business is open, and we're not allowed to serve them non-kosher food. Chometz. So you're actually no. So if you want, you can go to these. Just like we did, and there may be real profit there.
Right.
I'm telling you that it's yours. The business is running. They'll take care. Anyone who gets who's working during the week getting paid from the how the office runs. But it's all under your auspices and you own it.
Should I stop by sometimes just to keep them on their toes? Make sure
That's up to you.
Okay. All right.
Take the losses with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
gates.
No, I just want to make sure he's being managed.
I didn't mean the one guy who did it with me. I want to be sure that I'm up because I don't want to push it in to amongst the others. I don't make it a package here. I want you. I just want to. So this is a form that shows up in some of the. And some of the people fill out such a form. It's not just the Chometz in the house, but it's the business also.
Okay.
So you read it. If you have any questions, ask me. Yeah. You know, couple kids make the shit on the Chometz.
No way.
There's a bunch of
Okay, bunch of fine. Regular Chometz. Right?
yeah, regular Chometz stuff.
Okay.
Nothing else signed. That's it done.
If it's all signed, yeah,
It's making
they made you a shliach to sell it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you made a shliach. Yeah. What are you going to count? You can send it straight to him. Joe.
This is their sign in.
nicht.
I could run an
Ich kann die
Airbnb
illegal
for you.
von Antwerpen. You know, you talk about give them doing the line, you talking about do like Rabbis themselves. You took the best.
Well, the Airbnbs really don't, they don't give food. So,
Yeah, I think it's
They
illegal
pick them
now.
up, but they,
Right?
they,
oh,
they,
but if you have a house,
I thought there was some, they changed the law
Oh, yeah?
recently. Yeah, you have to be there for at least.
some of them are
I don't want to
upstate.
compare.
It's the hotels where, I guess.
Yeah.
Should
Should we, what?
So I'm saying I have a feeling. I hope that I'm in between.
Should we show and sell it?
Yes.
Oh, nice. You
His
can't
wife
put-
makes it
You
special.
can't put a price on this. I've had it. No, I know. My daughter wants to learn how to make it.
Anytime.
This with a little hummus, you're gonna be alright.
Yeah. I remember money this time.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
Otherwise we'd be out of business.
I always forget, but I remember.
Actually, you always remind me. I didn't talk to you. I thought you know already.
I remember.
Well, you know, you could. Oh, I don't have the star. Okay, we have to wait till I remember. I must get it.
I was saying my friends,
You
sell the
Dee Rice and Barbara Kepler, they got married when I was in law school.
People called to the
And
business
she
here, but I
works
told them
at
I'm not working on the
synagogue
business.
Right.
in New York City.
You want that
But
up on him,
she
trying not to
texted me
have
like
that
a day or
close.
two ago, and she was like, "Oh, they're interesting legal issues this year because of
Oh
Shabbos."
yeah. So
A long way to
you
go.
should put you on.
Yeah.
Because actually, some people say
I
that
don't know
we
how
do
old
the
your
action
age,
today,
but
but
I know
the
him
sale
for,
takes place tomorrow morning.
Okay.
That would avoid
Living
that problem.
there,
You have
Sinai,
something left
Lloyd
over
Knox
Friday
along
night. I
that
said,
side.
oh, in the morning,
Right.
I just put it to your closet because the deal doesn't go. But we don't go that way.
Okay.
They say the deal is that, and you leave over whatever you want to, you know. Now, I gotta tell you that some people may go into your closet tonight. Even just to, not to take the chometz necessarily, but to put away.
I get permission.
Not
You know
only.
what I'm saying, so
I think the
that's,
second night.
and then they may go into, and some
someone-
people,
Middernacht.
may end up putting something, and yeah, so they're gonna give it to you, and
Right.
hopefully.
Therefore, I understood that part, because the Rebbe always used to give out matzah later on in the year. The story of the Alter Rebbe where he made the powder and he gave it to the Rebbe doctor and he used it for food. But why didn't the Rebbe give it to people for
They
the
still
cup?
practice.
For
There's some congregation up there.
Michel and Enus, now a bisschen
I was
matzah,
in
and
Usher
I
at the
started
wedding.
a
Oh,
munah.
really?
How come he changed the Micha de Memusa?
I asked it to member Spear, he says, it's good, it's a klotzkach.
Oh, it was in New Jersey.
Why only for the food and not for a
Like
munah?
Inglewood, New Jersey. I think I had like a
If there's no trick to a munah betachin,
anyway,
so
it
then
was
don't
very
call
interesting.
No, tell us,
it.
tell business this weekend. This week is
Goed, halten mit
Must be, I
mir,
would say, it's
so
probably
betachin, as we take
$1
a
billion.
matzah.
Wow.
That's what I would, again.
I always tell
That's
you, you
what I
have a
would-
shaila, da ich mir nas.
Good morning, how are you? Nice to see you.
Yeah, one minute. You know, go inside and have something to eat.
Well, he brought you breakfast, like,
Every year,
Happy that
every
you
year, all
did
these
say.
guys take care of your food.
Oh, thank you.
I decided it's about time someone takes care of your drinks
Oh,
also.
that's very nice. Wow. Oh, this looks good. Check it. Very nice. I'm gonna eat this right after this. Thank you.
Ik maak een break, dan gaan we zo, ik maak lekker mis.
Yeah, okay. But Muski's straight to here, no?
I need,
I have Muski's here, no?
I know, just wanna. Let the box, we'll bring the box in the bottom of the wall.
Shem? Shem?
We can go and put it in the box, we'll put it in the box. I need this time machine.
Transfer me the papers.
You've changed a lot in a year.
Hopefully for the better.
Yeah, of course.
Continue with you. Twice, once for myself,
Okay.
And one's for the people that are Marshami.
Here is
I showed him your the Islamic for the company, for the businesses.
Oh,
So
he's up to it?
yes. He wants to know if you go, she'll check out to make sure they're doing the job right.
Definitely. You know, I told the guys if they're in the business in the holidays and you go in there, there's gonna be trouble. So they have to behave.
First, before you do that,
What did I put
here's a shout out of Kaplan.
Sorry, here.
I know this is gonna be good, cause you were telling me about your alcohol collection.
Hey, you didn't come, you were busy with demonstrations and stuff.
No, I was here last year.
Yeah.
I told you to come, you
Really?
didn't come.
Oh, to your house.
To my house.
Oh, yeah.
Told you already.
I told you to come, I gave you my address, and then you told me you were busy demonstrations in Manhattan, so I was like, okay. all right.
I did, I was, one at Columbia.
One time I think we drove together, that's right.
2 years ago.
One piece.
You want this year again, after Pesach?
Lacerated by on President's I appreciate it.
If you wanna follow us, if you wanna follow, here's the English, here's the English.
Yeah,
All right,
no,
thank
we're
you.
gonna see, I'm gonna ask him what you're gonna do. תודה שהגעת לי ב10:30, כי הם לא יודעים.
אני יודע.
We'll find out.
11, right?
Where's your ask, right?
Shasa this year, yes. What did I put
I have to give my keys 7 o'clock this evening.
Good.
Same in Bali. It's gonna be 7 o'clock in the evening, yeah.
Joe, I'll give you another bunch later also. Here's one bunch, I'll explain what it is, why I'm giving you the bunch.
Yeah, give me the key to the house, the keys on, Can you take the key to the house on that room?
I think he just told you, I'm not sure.
Don't come in.
Okay, you have to make a senior one.
Okay, well, let me.
My eyes are just good enough to read.
Why is that? Look at the film.
Huh? Sullivan
At yahoo.com.
at yahoo.com.
Same email.
Is this your number? I have it, 917-459-3852. Is that yours? Okay.
So this is, there's nothing to fill in over here.
What?
Over here. Over here, there's nothing to fill in. You gave me this
I
time.
took out, it was nice to Erev Pesach. You're not selling it on
That's
Erev
not,
Pesach.
I'm saying I'm crossing it out.
No, don't cross it out.
I'm making a line, I'm saying.
Make a
from
line, okay, but don't cross it out. I had to change that. Because before it said that it's the Erev Pesach you're selling, you're not selling it. That's why I changed that.
There you see.
Yeah, and I also made a ticket over here which says 12 days, I wrote
Well, I
13
have
days.
three sons and a daughter. The last time we did this, I had to have one that has a
13 days you can.
He's probably younger.
I get
All right,
that.
so today,
Remember the one that's like,
the old stuff said 12 days, so I changed it.
Shabbos?
One that's 22, one that's 20.
Really, it's
and
only
one
on
that's,
Shabbos, but
15. And the
we
22
make
over
life easy for
places.
people.
college, right?
The daughter is out of
No,
college.
the rich
My son
from
went to Binghamton with her.
Yeah,
They
a
both
year
went
like
to
that.
Binghamton, and then he dropped out during COVID.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
from
When they
Israel
get to
said-
college,
I saw a
and he
copy.
could graduate
I saw a copy.
this year,
So I want to
but he's gonna do one more
Okay.
fall
You-
semester because
it'll
he
be
plays
less
on the
work.
soccer team.
All right, remember he
And
played
has,
soccer.
he has
Yeah,
a
yeah.
4th year of eligibility under the state rules, so he's gonna do that this year.
You want to sit here?
And my son who's
I
20
had enough years that I sat
plays on the soccer team
there,
for CC.
there.
Adam had a friend who was, I remember you brought
Alan Kiernan, that's why I said Kiernan, he's the 20-year-old, yeah, Alan Smolansky. He had his bar mitzvah at, on 9th Street. Yeah, so he goes to USC College in
I went his whole
California,
life with my father.
and he wants to be a comedian.
Right,
He performs at all these clubs.
I know my sister.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Sinai really nothing on
This
this.
is outrageous. His mom was across the table from me and after the first
South
joke.
eating.
She was like, I was like, oh my God. She like, and I was, it was funny. He's a fun, the funny thing is, growing up, I never thought of him as like a funny kid. Because he's kind of serious.
It's quiet.
He's quiet, but he, you know, he puts a lot of thought into the jokes. Like he writes a lot, and he's doing a lot of writing classes. You know, I think he's open.
Smart.
He's really smart. I think he's open. I think most comedians are pretty smart. Like, yeah, you kind of have to be.
Some wit for the humor.
Yeah, and they put a lot
You
of-
still at 466 83rd Street?
Yes.
Through the money.
And, but you know, I think he's open to writing sitcoms and you know that kind of thing.
If it was a janitor, you'd need
There's a
to
lot of
get
different
like,
things
you
you
know,
can do in that area,
earlier,
but he's
but
taking
it's-
writing courses.
It's nice some days make
I think his parents would prefer that he be a physicist, but
I could imagine.
he was really good.
Do that on
He
the
got
side.
the physics medal at Brooklyn Tech when we went there. But,
You can still do that on the side.
well, yeah, they're encouraging him to like take a few courses in that area because he changes his mind. Yeah, but Karen and Al see each other still. I don't know, I see the school and dinner at their house last week.
Each for the wrong.
Still hanging out in Park Slope, you're saying?
What, to sell
Well,
out?
that's about the only time I
nice.
saw
Oh,
him.
okay.
To have like dinner with this one, so.
Menschen legen
Very happy in Bay Ridge.
People continue buying, it's a hachalik law, yeah.
en men ligt daar weg
Got a
jetzt
few
aan
going
het
back
voor
to
de
the
gooi.
Yeah.
Men ligt daar
How do you spell it?
der komt
For
er dus.
here, that's why I like it.
Across the street from a park.
I was across the park, that was the best.
How do you spell your
In
name?
Park Slope, in Park Slope.
Yeah.
But I'm not far, we're like three blocks from shore
Nee, de
park
vaar.
on the
Ik
harbor,
ga niet
so we
naar
can go
de
along the harbor, it's beautiful. I love being, you know, near the water.
Alright.
We zijn een van de gevers geschreven als een Hila, Rabbi Feldman. En ik heb het Hila nog met. Interessant, nee?
Ja, dat is een wegen en wegen en residential place, like. Oh, dus was gewoon een Benoit, dus je gaat samen van Gert Frans?
No,
You went back to Belgium, basically?
Yeah.
That's a video game?
Went to the Belgian
Oh.
Who was the time there?
Hila Gain, of some guys from Israel Gain.
But the soccer team is like 100%.
Different league. We still had kids like
Not
Oh, what was his name?
and so my yeah, and my a lot of the Russian ones.
And then I went to the other
And,
Belgian guy.
and so Kieran played on the soccer team, so he was sort of part of that group. Those were his guys, and they tended to be very quickly correct.
Incorrect.
Compared to the students. And that appealed to Kieran.
Well, you know, just I love them.
Like he felt like he had
I put in for the down payment on the thing, the 100 instead of 50.
Yeah.
weird ideas.
It's got 50.
I brought an extra one.
Hey, we hebben de kast, give him 6 cijfers zijn die 50.
Yeah, okay, I need,
Joe,
Yes.
I went up in rent this year.
Say it again.
The rent went up.
At your building?
No, I'm
The
saying.
whole house. On the whole stock.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to be sure. I wrote down, I'm going to write down 50. No, okay, just.
I went just.
I by mistake, I was going to write 50, and I guess rent go up. So
I bet the rent in your building's going up too.
It's inflation.
that's the section to live with.
It's inflation.
Okay, she.
I heard
Shabbos.
they combined my old apartment with another apartment
Yeah.
building, and they were charging like, I don't know, like $8,000.
Can't afford it
Crazy,
anymore.
insane amount. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I saw it listed on the internet.
Yeah.
By me, the good stuff is in the coat closet on the top, so I did it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get thirsty.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Ready?
We're ready.
Can't put away now.
Was I here? You gotta sign it and you gotta
Yes.
make with me, yeah, just do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have to do it.
Alright, so, maybe McCall Kenyon that, Joe is interested in purchasing the Chometz that we have to sell from all over New York and the entire United States. And, last time I checked his account, he didn't have the full amount that's needed. So I wanna know if you can guarantee in case, when the due date, it's gonna be like 10 days from now, in case of the money, that you will take responsibility to make sure you come up with the cash.
Yeah, sure. I always trust the guy with the amount of time.
Every year you.
I gotta trust you, I gotta trust me. I gotta trust you.
Er darf irgendwie haben den Stahl. Er darf besorgen, er mit dem Bett.
Okay, hey, sign it.
Deine.
See, so you wanna just, now you spoke to me and you wanna talk to him and give him your commitment with the paper.
Oh, so this is, okay, so this is my commitment. You don't come up with the money. You can, does the go to me? That's the-
Yeah, no, and we're coming to you no matter what, you take full
I'm taking
responsibility.
responsibility for it.
So, once the deal goes through, sort of,
So you were sweating until
he's-
now, you were sweating until now.
No, you're always
Yeah.
good for it, I know.
Okay. All right, we can start now. Okay.
You know how to reach him?
I do, I think I have your,
Yeah, I know,
I mean, we've
everything,
spoken in
everything,
other
yeah.
years, I'm sure it's still there, yeah.
Okay. Joe, I want to introduce you to our committee over here of rabbis. And Rabbi Hecht is the chief that's representing all the rabbis. And I just want to explain something that this year is a little different setup. What do I mean by that? The Jewish holidays are based on the solar system, on the lunar system, I'm sorry. And,
I didn't wanna correct, I was about to.
right, okay, that's what I appreciate. And, according to the lunar calendar, the holiday really starts tomorrow. Usually when we come together over here, we're around this time of the day, and in the evening starts the holiday. So from before the holiday already, we cannot have any use or own any what we call Chometz. Probably you learned the word already till now. And Chometz is any item that's made from the 5 species. That's wheat, barley, rye, oats, and spelt. Now, we also have a law that we can't do business on Shabbos. So, how do we work this out over here? So what we do is, we get together at the same time as every year, because we want to keep it consistent. But we make this document, which I'm going to review with you, and we make the document, we put in a clause in here that we're gonna do acts of acquisition, what we call kinyanim in our language, and it's to take effect at 7 o'clock in the evening. Which means that normally, when we meet over here before the holiday, so once we finish our negotiations, we can't eat it anymore. But this year, we could eat a whole day up to 7 o'clock, because it's all yours. We also, on Saturday, we eat some challah. You know what, you have an example of it. And we want that, so if it's yours, then who are we to eat it? So we also make a condition that the challah that people put aside for tonight's meal, they're gonna eat a Passover meal tonight, even though it's not Passover, but they also need some bread, or challah as we call it, and this challah is not included in this sale. Just wanted that as an introduction. Now, I will tell you basically what it says in this document, But you could also check me later, because you have an English translation of it. And the document will be signed by Rabbi Hech, representing people from the entire United States.
Some people even from outside now, people may have stuff in Israel and other places. This year, normally we don't sell it. This year, because of the timing, this year we can sell it. So that
interesting.
So Israel was selling international also. You
Okay.
you become an international businessman now.
Okay, so Rabbi Hech is saying that my signature will be like a testimony that I am representing people from, as I said before, people, companies, private homes from all over the United States. And here there's a whole box over here. There's more over here. And there's more that's going to come in today. It'll come in today in the mail. People can get the mail here. People are emailing people. Because the people know that even though we're sitting here and negotiating, but they really have time till tonight. So they feel comfortable to send us in, and we'll find a way to get it to you. I know I have your email.
Yep.
Others have your email. We'll find a way to get it to you. Now, not only are we representing the people that signed up, and each one signs a document saying that I authorize you, like a proxy to represent me in the sale and everything, but first of all, there's people that may have signed up a document and the document is lost. Sometimes the document gets misplaced, the rabbi is busy and he can misplace it with other papers. And there's times that sometimes there's people that forget that they're gonna remind themselves tonight after 7 o'clock, But these are regular clients, so to say, that come, so they're also included in here, even though we don't have a signed paper. And, okay, now all these people are giving us the,
Also people who sell clothes repairs, I forgot.
well, I said, okay, in other words, a person sold me authorized me last year and forgot to authorize me now, but he's my regular client. So he is included in this sale also.
All of us, all of us, we have people that unfortunately signed last year. We have the paper, we gave it to you last year, whichever, but they didn't give it us this year for some reason, so we know that they want, and it's included.
They could be old and forgetful.
Okay, no, it's
I don't know what you're talking
Except if they sold it to somebody else.
yeah, obvious.
Now,
Obviously, you have to say it.
what
Now
are
you
we
have,
talking about?
Second.
there's also with the rental of the places this year, there are some people, you get all the places where the Chometz, there's some people sell you the whole house.
Yeah, I'll get to that later.
Yeah, okay.
That's not
Oh.
that's not in the start.
Oh, that's right.
It's not in the start. It's not in the paper. That's why I don't want to mention it now. That's my footnotes on the bottom of the page.
People are using it.
I know, that's my footnotes. We'll get there. But it wasn't in the start that I copied from the Ramashim.
I didn't have that.
No. Okay, so that's what, any new thing is not in the start, and I mention them orally at the end of it. Right now, we are interpreting and explaining what this paper says. Okay, so as I mentioned, the 5 species, that doesn't mean that it's a product that's made only from that. It could be a mixture. It could be mixed with potatoes. It could be mixed with meat, different type of meals, so any type of mixture that has in it some representation of these 5 species that I'm talking about. And also there's animal food, and today animal food, it may have a mixture. They can make it for the animals. The dogs like one thing and the cats like another thing. And
What was selling you the animals, like fish tanks, where they have automatic feed, stuff like that. So anything where the animals are yours also, because we can't feed our animals Chometz. You can, so it's that's
Now-
happening by itself.
So even
Now-
though it goes automatically, it's yours and you're feeding.
Machine.
now there's
Everything is yours.
not everybody has a dishwasher, and sometimes the dishwasher doesn't work good.
Yeah,
And there's sometimes food particles that are stuck to the dish or to the pot or the pan. So also any pans or pots or dishes that have in it food of the Chometz items that's stuck to it, that's also included in the sale over here. So regarding all these type of items, Rabbi Hecht was chosen to be the person that is selling it to you. And this year it says in the contract, the day before the date of Passover. Normally, every year it says on the day before Passover. And today it says in the contract, the day before the day of Passover, which is today. And also to not only sell you these items, an absolute sale without any limitations, restrictions, or anything. He's also going to rent, you can't take all this place into your house. I know you have a beautiful home, but I don't think everything's going to fit into your home. No way, right. So he's going to also rent these places to you where these items are. And
sometimes it's a rental of a room, sometimes a rental of a closet. Some people have a shelf.
Also, Rabbi Hecht mentions in this paper specifically his home and his properties. He lives on 70 Prospect Park. He has a congregation someplace on 9th Street, on 409 9th Street. All these are included in this absolute.
I'm selling. Don't forget about me.
They're very nice.
Yeah.
That we're talking about.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Now this also means flour and beans and all different type of
even if
wheat germ.
Even if it's not 100, some things we're not 100% sure that it's wheat chometz.
It could be.
We're selling. But the question,
it could be fresh.
When in doubt, do it all.
It could be fresh or baked, or cooked, or fried, or sweetened, or preserved, in any form and shape that they are. And this also includes liquors. But that one's not.
That's yours.
Liquor has alcohol in it, and the alcohol is made from wheat or from barley and different things.
Beers.
Now there's also medicines. Medicines sometimes don't use the cheap alcohol when they make it. They use the real stuff. And
Perfumes.
Perfume. The expensive perfume, the cheap perfume has cheap alcohol in it.
Yeah, interesting.
The expensive perfume, you buy a bottle of Joy,
Yeah.
that's expensive stuff. And anything that we may have that we have been entrusted with to watch. So sometimes someone may say, can I leave some stuff in your house? I don't have a place in my refrigerator, So we are responsible for that. So we are selling that because we have our responsibility. And the purpose, of course, is.
They also just to be on the safe side. We're selling you all our pots and pans and dishes that may, because So if it's not, we're selling it to you also. Any pot of dish that has a little bit of it, it's yours also.
Can I ask a weird question?
Yeah.
Please ask. That's a very good idea.
What happens if somebody gives you like a bottle of hummus in it and you stick it in your refrigerator and they forget about it and it's the holidays? Like, are you allowed to sell somebody else's hummus to me?
Only if you gave me. I can't sell everyone's hummus unless they gave us. If they appointed us, then
Right.
yes.
So would they go track
No.
the person down and?
So it's a very good question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
That hummus that person put in the refrigerator, he sold it. That owner of that hummus sold it on his home, and he forgot. I have one here over here. I have one over here that he put away food in a refrigerator from someone else.
Yeah.
And he called me up. I forgot to put it in. But that guy that owns the house and the refrigerator cannot sell it. But he sold it in that
So
house.
what he's telling you over here, that there may be, some people may own chometz, and it may not be at its exact address, because they gave it to
Right.
someone else, and it's the other person's refrigerator, they're putting that also into the
That's
sale.
right, responsible,
okay.
good question.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
question,
I was curious.
regardless of what they told you.
Yeah,
If something was entrusted by you, and you have a responsibility for it, so then you could sell it to relieve yourself of this responsibility.
yeah, but,
If he didn't say it.
but even if you have it by a person. Well, what happens if it's by a guy's house, and a guy's holding my chometz, can there be curl into this?
Sure,
Okay,
you're
so-
gonna write that, you're gonna say later.
I'm saying, so I'm saying that even if not, even that's the point that Bogomolsky is saying that we're covered to the other side.
Okay.
Because like, if I have a bottle of whiskey in your house that I didn't give to you, but I just let you're watching for me, and I sold my chometz by 70,
Right,
we're including that in on
okay,
also,
okay.
okay?
Now, normally, when you make a sale, you have to specify everything, and it's the value. Now, we don't know the value of all the, one more thing. Not only are we selling you what we have, but there's people have things on order that will come in during the holiday. In other words, it could be on a boat, it could be on a plane, it could be on a
Amazon.
train.
Amazon,
Yeah,
okay.
Amazon, so things that I bought and ordered before the holiday and will arrive to me in the holiday are also included in this sale.
Even though you don't have a location.
Like what he said before, like the refrigerator, was the perfect example of it.
Now, there's also there's certain things some people have in their house, piece of bread, particles, parts of food, that may not really be significant or have much value to them, but
And you wouldn't want to buy them either. It's sold at the bus.
it's all, that is also,
Part of the
goes
sale.
it goes along together.
All or nothing.
Package deal already.
Yeah.
So, for whatever value all these things have, and if there's any dispute about it, then we will have a tribunal of 3 people that will evaluate it. We'll select the tribunal, and they'll evaluate the amount. So they would like, Rabbi Hecht would like very much that you should dish out enough money to cover this all. But take it easy, don't get frightened. But he'll start with a down payment. So how much you want a down payment, Rabbi?
$100.
You want $100 down payment? Okay. Could you come up with it, or you need a loan from people sitting here?
No, I got it.
You got it. Okay, good. Yeah. But this $100 is not really an accomplishment. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars
If not
of
millions.
merchandise, So.
But it's a down payment.
What-
Start.
That's a down payment. Is a good start, But Rabbi Heft wants to sleep comfortably also during the holiday, not have any worries. Do you maybe have anyone that will back you up, a guarantor?
My man.
That's your man, but do you have any proof to it?
That
that's
he'll
your
do
man?
it? Yeah.
Oh, you have a proof, oh.
Okay,
So
good.
let Rabbi Heft see that and see what it says over there.
I'm not
tell- and tell-
responsible for any typos.
And tell us if he approves it,
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Yeah.
okay?
Yes.
Now, there's expenses that you may entail, like taxes or other things, the sales tax. So from this, whatever we have over here, Rabbi Heft is saying, take off from the top 3% to cover the taxes and expenses that you may entail in the business. No. Okay. Before we started over here before, I gave you a bunch of keys. Remember that?
Wait a minute, but you have, although you didn't put down the full amount of money, you are it's fully yours, and you can go find sellers, buyers to.
Now, as far as Rabbi Heft is concerned, the guarantee he's satisfied with, you and him are both out of the picture. In other words, you owe to him, to the guarantor,
Right.
not to Rabbi Heft.
Okay.
And it's Rabbi Heft. So as far as Rabbi Heft is concerned, this was an absolute sale without any limitations. Now, in order to make something official, and maybe there's legal ways, there's Jewish ways. So we have normally this type of a sale that, supposing let's say there's two people living in a building, and one person is Jewish and one person is not Jewish. And the Jewish man says to his neighbor, you know, do me a favor, I'd like to sell you my chometz. Okay? So what happens is, he says, okay, he takes the chometz, he gives it to him, and he goes home with it, and he puts it wherever he wants in his storage. This thing you can't take you can't take the chometz with you because you need trucks and trucks to take it with you. So in order, however, if you have a key to the chometz, so it's like you took it already because you have access to take it. That's a type of acquisition. We have a name for it called Mashicha in Hebrew. So the keys that I gave you want to show me the keys? The keys that I gave you, when you take the keys from me, it's as though you're taking access to the chometz, and as though you're taking it into your possession. That's one act that we did. Another act that we're going to do is a handshake. In America, it's 100% legal. Any business that's made by a handshake, it's done. There's no remorse. You know, you may have regret what you did, but it's done. It's finished. So that's another thing. And thanks to the money that you gave the down payment, and thanks to the document that you bought from the guarantor, thanks to all that, the chometz becomes yours 100%, and Rabbi Hefter's paid 100%. However, what I told you at the beginning, that it's not, you're not going to walk home today with the chometz. You're going to walk home with the papers, but not the items. The items will become yours at 7 o'clock tonight. Why 7 o'clock tonight? Because the Sabbath begins today in about 7:15. So, and we can't do business then. So it will be culminated at 7 o'clock. And as I said before, all the financial responsibility is his problem, and you have to deal with him and not with Rabbi Hech. Now, in addition, so this is as far, now, we are not limiting this sale only to the holiday. In other words, the holiday, as I explained before, officially begins tomorrow, and it goes on to the Sunday night, a week around. But during that time, you're buying this in order to profit, and you have a limited market because only a non-Jew could buy it. So we're adding 3 days after the holiday. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 3 days after the holiday. Then you have a wide market because any Jew could also buy it. So
Wednesday, I'll be coming to see.
Not Wednesday, Monday, Sunday night. A week from
Sunday.
tonight.
You got Sunday,
A week from Sunday.
Week from Sunday.
But it's not limited till Sunday night.
Okay.
We'll give you an extra to Wednesday, extra 3 days, yes.
I'll give you 3 days after that in order to have more time and more.
You're right, yeah, you have till Wednesday. If you want to be with us Sunday, we'll meet you Sunday. But you have till Wednesday.
Okay.
Now, Rabbi Hefter has also been authorized to rent you the places or rent you the spaces where this chometz is. Now, I just want to elaborate a minute on that. When we did it, but some people have it in a cupboard. Some people have it in a closet. And some people are renting the entire home. You know, they went away for the holiday. A lot of people go away for holidays today to hotels. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's what they do. not spiritually, not financially.
Some
And-
go to
And,
in-laws, to friends.
and they're leaving their home to you. Some people are leaving the businesses to you. You know, so all this is included, and for a rental of actual value of the property, and again, Rabbi Hef, would you take a deposit on this?
Yes.
And how much would you be deposit that you want?
The rent went up, so I'm gonna need to see $100. Okay, great, thank you.
Now, I forgot one thing to mention.
Joe,
You know, you could say to Rabbi Hech, Rabbi, why are you bothering me? If I want to go into I'm a lawyer. I'm busy with my practice. If I want to go into this business, I don't need you. I'll get some of the big wholesalers, and they'll give me everything what I need. You know, there's what's the bigger name of home? Bigger Cresdell. I'll call Cresdell, and Cresdell will bring me everything I need. What do I need you? So Rav says, listen, you know, I have a deal for you. I guarantee you, Rabbi Cresdell has a price, a wholesale price, and I will give it to you at $100 below the wholesale price. So in other words, taking it from me, you're guaranteed $100 extra. So remember that.
Okay.
That's a guaranteed profit, a built-in guaranteed profit. So now getting back to the rental, so Rabbi Hefty, you got $100, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. But $100 is not gonna cover the rental. You just mentioned before that your apartment they want $8,000 for, right?
The old one, yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah.
building,
So,
it's crazy.
so what could you rent with $100, you know? So, if you have anyone that can guarantee, once we establish the price of this rental, anyone that can guarantee for the balance,
This guy's always good for it.
this guy over here.
For both?
Oh, he's a mensch.
Is that,
The match.
is that in that document?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I want you to check
Yeah,
the document and see if it's in there.
You have to ask
Yes,
the biggest
okay,
financials.
אחרי הסחיר שלו, בכל ימים, אחרי הסחיר שלו.
Now, we.
Prorated by the day.
In Jewish law, we have another act of acquisition. The act of acquisition is that when you purchase two things, one is movable and one is non-movable, like you're renting a house that's non-movable, so by acquiring the non-movable, that automatically takes along together with the movable.
You buy the house with the furniture.
Right.
So, being you're renting the
That-
property,
that's,
along with the property, we're gonna also have anything what's on the property.
That's another act of
Another
acquisition. And also, I think Rabbi Hecht has, and I brought some keys over here, in addition to, they don't go for
Ellie, where's my
the
key?
Shikha. I have other keys that will give you access to some of the places, and any place that you wanna have access to, just let us know, and if they don't want to let you in, you can call the police and say that you own this place, and they have to let you in. And,
We actually say the country can break down the door.
No.
I didn't
Make
want-
sure
gonna
you
do any of this.
Make sure you make sure it's the right address. Make sure it's the right address.
I have the right to it.
Now, you have this document that I'm giving you, could be translated, and in fact, I gave you a translation. So you could study it and read it, and it's a perfect legal document. And also, Rabbi Heft is going to sign it. So let's just recap. In order to transfer all the items that we discussed from Rabbi Heft to you, we did a few things. Number one, you gave money. Number two, there's a document to it. Number three, we did a handshake. Number four, we did the giving it over through giving you the keys. And one more thing, we have a thing. It's not written in here, but I just want to mention it. In English, there's such a thing as barter, B-A-R-T-E-R. A barter is where you give something to you're acquiring something, you give something to him, and in exchange for that, he gives you, so do you have a knife with you or something of yours?
I have my car.
Yeah, it's car keys, okay, that's good. I hope it's a good car.
Alright, so
It's a
my,
Honda Odyssey minivan.
All right,
very
my-
popular in this neighborhood.
my house exchanging, you giving me this, all this becomes yours.
I don't know anything about cars, I drive a Kia, small car, I get around with it, right, it has 4 wheels, that's the main thing.
Yes.
So, again, we had money, we had document, we had the key, we had the agav, the non-tangible requires the tangible, we had a handshake, and we now had a barter. Okay, now, 1 minute, I'm gonna finish it.
I heard one very interesting thing about barter just like yesterday, the day
Why
before.
not? I'm interested, an interesting thing, I'd like to
Yeah,
hear.
no, so it was about the president, Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, of course.
He was against the central bank of the United States, like he didn't want the national bank. And it was funny because they said that he just couldn't understand the concept of paper money. You know, he came from a world where everyone just bartered.
That's why it used to be silver backing for the
Yeah,
money.
so, but, or where you
old
exchange
days.
products, that's how he grew up. And they said that his whole life he couldn't understand it, so he just didn't want to bank at any national bank at all because he just couldn't get it.
Good,
But
but now, there's some things that are not written in this document that I wanna mention, that may come up, and I wanna mention it. First of all, the barter was not mentioned in the document. I'm not gonna go into the reasons for it, but it was not mentioned. Another thing is that if I have, renting you the place and everything, it's your place. If I walk into your place, it's called trespassing, you're a lawyer. So we want permission from you, that people may have to go in to pick up the mail, to pick up a medicine, just something, it's impromptu, so to say, that they can come in, they have your permission, if they need to come in, they shouldn't really, but if they need it, they have your permission.
absolutely.
Absolutely, okay.
Listen
No.
to Shabbos also. They could come in tomorrow if they wanna eat there.
Well,
Yeah, you just
He's
get
asking
permission.
if- Not only to pass by, he's asking. if
Tonight,
they can
we get,
stay
again,
there.
people may have a room where they put all the chametz.
Right,
So tonight, they have to eat, tomorrow they have to eat, so that room, you also wanna have permission
of course.
granted.
It's yours.
I understand.
Few places
So,
a day.
if I mean, we can have, this year more than always, they're gonna be going into your closet or into your room where, or the house, whatever it is, okay.
And
Okay,
when we
yeah,
finish there, and
More trespassing this year than
more
Right.
trespassing, but it's.
With
you-
permission.
With your permission,
With my
no
permission,
problem.
100%.
It's not the.
Now, this is a very important thing. It seems like when they originated this document, they maybe didn't think about it, it wasn't relevant. There are people who sell the chometz, okay? But they keep their business open, even though I said that the business goes along with the sale of the chometz. The question is, does that cancel the sale or not? So, we wanna condition the following, that if anyone eats any of the chametz during the holiday, if anybody sells any of the chametz during the holiday, it does not cancel it does not cancel the sale. However, whatever is used up or consumed during the holiday from what you bought, it will be reduced and deducted from the total cost that you're paying today. In other words, supposing today you're paying $1,000 for everything over here, and somebody sold a few bottles of liquor, so you will owe Rabbi Hech, not Rabbi, you will owe him only $900 because they sold you your liquor, but it does not cancel the sale.
Okay,
Okay. And
this is good news for you too, right?
No,
and I mentioned that there's people that not only sell the items, but they sell the whole business. Okay, so you have a lot of business to conduct. It's good that you're a lawyer. And last and final is, as I said right at the outset, that the whatever food people will eat after, for Friday night or for Saturday, for the meal, they'll eat a Passover meal, but they'll also have like some challah, with it. But that is not included in the sale. And whatever is left over, they will just dispose in the bathroom or what, and get rid of it.
Okay.
Okay, now, wait a minute. Rabbi Ham, did you sign? Take it easy.
You caught me.
You signed
Trying to get away with it.
An unsigned
I wanna go get
document.
some more chametz a little before.
An unsigned document has lacks in legality.
Has what?
A lack in legality. So Rabbi Ham, will you sign it?
That's a good question.
Need a pen, all right.
Here's a pen. Here's a pen. You got it?
It's ready?
Not notarized, not nothing.
I'm curious, and so in the law, if you forgot to sign it, but if there's a lot of,
That's
Yeah,
the-
we're covered.
contract,
Yeah, we're covered.
One
Like the emails,
minute.
No, well, the handshake, we
Yeah.
did,
Excuse me, Rabbi Ham, one more condition there is, just like in law also, if you did, let's say like in our case, we did 6 acts of acquisition.
right,
In case one of them is not effective, it shouldn't cancel the other 5. Each one independent is a word for that one, for a signature. They were signed different pay.
Joint and several.
So a few people sell a property and
Yeah.
each one signs a
Counterpart.
counterpart.
counterpart. So the same thing applies also in the actual acquisition.
Okay.
He's our expert at all this together.
So a week from Sunday, I'll be at your house. Now that is interesting, because it's a coincidence this year, because that's Easter Sunday too.
Yeah.
So I'm just, so my family's coming over to my house on Easter Sunday. So I'll make sure I schedule correctly, but so
it's 9 o'clock.
okay, all right, so I'll make sure we start early enough to.
Yeah, it'll be
Okay.
between 9:15, 9:30.
Okay.
Okay. Cut it. Get this in here.
One this way?
There you go, need it.
It's all yours.
Thank you.
Enjoy the Chometz.
I may have done a little drinking on that day when I come to you.
Don't worry.
Don't drink too much, can't be chicken.
It's very possible. I'll have one of my sons drive.
Probably have to make sure not buying back from him when he's drunk.
It works, it works.
All right, I won't drink too much.
Alright, you wanna take this?
So I'm taking this stuff.
Hold
over,
these,
right?
please.
Is-
Put them in there.
Don't forget to do it.
That's very fancy.
Don't drive after you drink that.
Yeah, I won't.
Put this in there.
Okay.
That is your breakfast, your lunch.
So here, this and this, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to do
Thank
business with
you,
you.
as always.
Okay.
Thank you for being the guarantor. I'm sorry. Thank you. Are you guys, you gave us the pictures of the place with the link? I remember last year, like the.
Jen's okay.
I think I followed that.
I wasn't talking about it.
This
Oh,
is
let's
like
go.
a
Where's the
website.
Huh?
with the pictures
I saw
of
it, I took care of it.
Thank you.
Remember him?
Of course I remember.
make noise.
So you have a lot of daughters, but you have 2 sons?
4 sons.
How many sons?
4.
4. Oh.
That's it, just the youngest boy.
Yeah, I
So you
know
did
very
with
well.
Nugget
And I remember
Harvard
you too.
I've been out for a while.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
But he's not up on
I'll-
He
I'll-
doesn't even know Ellie. Oh, but he knows
Yeah,
Ellie.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
Ellie from here.
Yeah, and then you how many daughters do you have? You have a lot of daughters.
Okay, Joe, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, we got
What happens when you say the gift all the time, every word is like, yeah. I said, I'm looking for you, so you get this.
Say everything.
All right, schrijf everyone. Ik kost je veel een beetje te halen. Zo dat gedaan. Je bent ayat, alles samen met Mashiach, het kein maar kein bij Sheinu. And you'll celebrate my father not to me.
Amen.
Pas weer een bezig geweest.
Shkoyach, everybody. Question for the professor.
We should always come over here. Everyone, we should not take this opportunity to wish Rabbi Bogomilsky Arichas Yom Yom Tevis.
Amen.
Gezondheid,
Amen.
veiligheid.
Amen.
We should continue to be able to
Amen.
lead all those who turn to Him for advice
Amen.
and halacha
Amen.
and all the things that he helps out to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people to be able to live the way a Jew and a chassid has to live.
Amen.
Amen.
And my father shall have for Shalem also.
And Ashnaz Atzlacha, his birthday a few days ago.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
His days?
Yeah.
Oh, next year we have to have a cake for him.
Yeah.
This year you could have had a cake because you don't have to get rid of the whole.
Right. Okay, Mitzvah Shem. All right, good.
Thank you, Symphony.
How is it that so many years we do